Thank you for joining us for our recorded event for the National Day of Remembrance and Action on Violence Against Women. This day was designated by Parliament following the tragic deaths of 14 young women at L'Ecole Polytechnique in Montreal in 1989. As we mourn their loss and honor their memory, we reaffirm our commitment to fight against the misogyny that still exists today. In Canada and around the world, women, girls, 2S LGBTQIA, and gender diverse individuals face unacceptable violence and discrimination. This type of violence has only been magnified and amplified by the COVID-19 pandemic. There have been reports from across the world, and including here in our own country, from police services, shelters, and local organizations, of an increase in calls related to gender-based violence. The National Day of Remembrance and Action on Violence Against Women is about remembering those who have experienced gender-based violence and those we have lost to it. It is also a time to take action. By working together, we can help prevent and address gender-based violence by learning from our past, listening to survivors, and speaking up and taking action against harmful behavior.
On Wednesday, December 6th, 1989, a young man, 25 years old, product of a violent home, failed military candidate, and lover of war films, entered the University of Montreal's School of Engineering building. He was not a student, although he had once studied for admission to the school. He was carrying a semi-automatic rifle. It was a little after 5 p.m. Walking into a classroom, he shouted,
"I want the women!"
He separated the men from the women, ordered the men to leave the classroom, and lined the women up along one wall.
"You're all feminists!"
he yelled, and began shooting to kill. According to the professor, all 9 women in his class were either killed or wounded. There are approximately 48 men in the classroom. The young man continued his hunt, stalking his victims without obstruction. He had already murdered 1 woman near the copying room prior to entering that first classroom. He killed 6 more in the classroom, left, walked through the corridors firing randomly, entered the cafeteria, killed 3 more women, then went into a second classroom where he murdered 4 more women and killed himself. By the end of his spree, he had murdered 14 women and injured 13 others, 9 women and 4 men.
Barbara Degnaud, Nathalie Croteau, Maryse Leganière, Anne-Marie Edouard, Annie Turcotte, Maude Avienier, Anne-Marie Lemay, Maryse Leclerc, Geneviève Bergeron, Barbara Maria Klocznik, Sonia Pelletier, Hélène Colgan, Michel Richard, Annie Saint-Arnaud. Gone, but not forgotten.
Since last December, 154 women were victims of femicide in Canada. Men are the primary perpetrators of femicide, and most femicides are committed by current or former male partners, a pattern that exists worldwide. This year, we must also acknowledge the many lives lost in the Nova Scotia massacre. Many mass killings begin with violence against women or people close to the perpetrator. This massacre is no different. The gunman's shooting and arson rampage in April started with an assault on his common-law spouse. At this time, we, the Corner Brook Status of Women Council, add our voices to the other politicians, academics, community groups, and families of the deceased in calling for a feminist lens to be applied to the public inquiry into this tragedy. Those killed include Constable Heidi Stevenson, Lisa McCulley, Heather O'Brien, Kristen Beaton, Jolene Oliver, Emily Tuck, Aaron Tuck, Sean McLeod, Alana Jenkins, Jamie Blair, Greg Blair, Gina Goulet, Tom Bagley, Joey Weber, Corey Ellison, Lillian Campbell Hyslop, Joy Bond, Peter Bond, Don Madsen, Frank Gulinchin, John Joseph Zal, and Elizabeth Joanne Thomas. Now we invite you all to light a candle. While their memories are still fresh in our mind, we are reminded that we are still here. As we listen to this song, performed by Amanda and James Squires, we ask that you make a silent commitment to the many ways in which you can help prevent and stop gender-based violence.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes its home. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, confused and torn. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle, go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied to, still holds a candle without a flame. Carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the hopeless, diseased and worn. Hold out your candle, oh, see it. Take your candle, go light your world. Take your candle,